Hey guys, it's Heather from Kell of a Plan, and today I am planning in my memory planner for the last week of June. And I always get this question when I do memory plans, so I'm trying to just start my videos off with this. I print my photos, I make a 4x6 collage on my phone, and then I send them to Walgreens via the Walgreens app, and I print them. I spend $2 or less every week to print all of my pictures. And I did used to have a Polaroid zip, but I just didn't really like the quality of the photos. And it was pretty expensive to keep buying the refill paper. It's honestly just way cheaper to do it this way and then to just cut it myself. So I print them. If you print them 4 to a 4x6 and they fit pretty perfectly into the boxes, so then you would just cut them up and you can add them to your pile. And I will put a link in the description of how I create these so that you can see how I do it and you can do it for yourself if you want to. Okay, so I had actually already pre-dated these like 2 weeks ago, and then I realized last week that I had dated them wrong. And so I had to put, these are colorful stickers from the Colorful Boxes sticker book, and those are there to cover up the wrong date that I put down. And then I put down a new date, and then I went ahead and stuck a few kind of summary stickers just in a few spots. And so I'm going to be kind of playing off of those colors of pink, blue, and green. So I have a whole stack of pictures, and there's pretty much no way. It's so funny because at the end of every week, I think, I didn't take enough pictures. And then once I print the pictures from the week, I'm like, I think I have too many pictures. So what I typically do is I take the pictures and I lay them out on the days where they belong, just to kind of give me an idea of when these pictures were taken, and that just kind of gives me an idea as to if I need to, like, I printed 2 of that one, if I even have enough room for all of these pictures, which I can already tell that I printed way too many pictures. Okay, so I think now I need to kind of get rid of the pictures that aren't as important. That one's really cute, so I'm going to keep that one. These 2, we did my birthday with my in-laws on Sunday, and I feel like these are kind of the same picture. I'm going to use this one instead of this one just because it has the pie and the present. So I'm just going to move that one to the side. I'm going to put that one there. I feel like this is a little more important to Saturday than this, but I may put that over there. I think it was Saturday night that we had wine, but I may put that on Friday. This is the saddest Toys R Us picture I think I've ever seen in my life. But I also feel like that's kind of important just to remember. So if I do this and move this one here, and move this one here. This was so funny. This was when, well, that's not going to go in my memory planner though, not enough room. I thought that picture was really funny, but that's not going to fit either. I think that I want this picture of me and my friend more than the food that we were eating. Ooh, but I don't necessarily really want the shoes. That's not as important, especially if I'm going to put these shoes over here. Okay. Okay, so I have way too many pictures, but I kind of lay them out where I want them. That's kind of my second step. And then when you print your pictures like this, for some reason, these boxes in the Memory Keeper planners are like a little bit too short in the width and a little bit too long in the length. It's like they're just off. But that happens whether you print them at Walgreens or you print them on your Polaroid zip. I don't know if they sized it wrong or if they did it on purpose. I'm not really sure, but it drives me crazy. So I just like to go back and just kind of trim off the edge just a smidge. It's like barely anything, but that way the pictures just fit better in the box, which I'm not super OCD about it. Sometimes I don't do it at all, but lately I have been. It kind of just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. These blankets right here in this picture and in this picture are from this new store that I just discovered called Goosebumps Shop or something like that. If you Google Goosebump blanket, it'll pull up. But I just found them. I think Heidi Swap was talking about them on Instagram. I think that's how I found them. And I ordered one, and y'all, they are magical. They are the softest, stretchiest, biggest blankets. I've already ordered 2. I have this stripes and floral one, and then I have this floral one. This one's on my bed upstairs. This one's on the couch downstairs. That way I don't have to keep bringing them back and forth. I ordered one for my sister. I ordered one for my sister-in-law for their birthdays. And then Matthew last night was like, Heather, I really want, this blanket is amazing. I want one. Do they have any that aren't like floral? Because he doesn't want a floral one, you know. So we looked online and he picked out one that's like a dark gray and white stripe. He was like, yeah, that's not too girly. So he has one on the way. But they're seriously like incredible. We love them. And I don't have an affiliate link or anything like that, but they are worth it. I'll put their link in my video just so that you guys can check it out. Like, that's how good it is. This picture here is actually 3 years old. This was our dog Maggie when we brought her home 3 years ago. Saturday was her 3-year gotcha day. And so I just like to put that picture every year just to kind of remember what she looked like when we got her. And then I took this picture Sunday in my Lula room, and I really liked it. I think it's okay to admit when you really like a picture of yourself. So I printed it because I really liked it. And I also made it my Facebook picture. Okay, so those are trimmed to fit. And so then the next thing that I typically do is I usually decorate around my pictures. Some people don't do that. They decorate like with their pictures, but I like the pictures to be down and then start decorating around them. So this is a Tombow permanent adhesive tape runner. I could put a link to this in the description as well. If I forget, if there's no link, please don't feel bad to be like, Heather, there's no link, because sometimes I'll forget that I said it in the video that I said I'll put a link, and I don't put a link, and then people have to remind me, and I'm like, oh, sorry. So if there's no link and you want a link, please just remind me, and I'll be happy to drop it in there. Okay. And this week that we're working on right now is my last week in this planner. I do 6 months at a time in my memory planner, because once you do 6 months, the discs get pretty full and you can't really fit much more unless you move to the big discs. And I'm not really a huge fan of the big discs. I like the classic size disc, so I keep 6 months of memory keeping at a time. I'm still going to be using the same planner because I love this planner, but I'm just going to be doing it on a different set of discs. So I will also be doing a flip through of the entire 6 months. So here's the planner, and it's, you can tell it's pretty full. So I will be doing a flip through of those 6 months as soon as I'm done with this spread. That video will probably be up either tomorrow or the following day on YouTube. So be sure to keep your eyes out for that. I know people like to see the finished 6 month flip through, especially of a memory planner, just because it's so fun to flip through your memory planner. That's why I memory plan, because I love flipping through. Like, this is, the end of this spread will mark 2 years of me memory planning, which is crazy. Memory planning in a happy planner. And so I love going back to my very first memory planner from 2 years ago and flipping through it. It's so fun. And so I know that a lot of you guys love to see those videos as well. So as soon as I finish this spread, I will probably film the flip through right away. So that will be super fun. Keep your eyes peeled for that. Okay, so I've laid all the pictures down except this one. I'm trying to decide if this is the one that I want to put there, because I do like that picture of me and Matthew. I think it's funny with him yawning. I should probably put this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay this down at an angle. Then, y'all, this X-Acto knife has seriously become like my best friend. I don't know how I used to plan without it. I really don't. Because I now use it in every single spread. And I'm just going to, well, that didn't go all the way through. It's like you don't want to press down too hard because you don't want to cut the paper underneath, but you got to press down hard enough to actually cut the picture. Okay, and then I'm just going to use my regular scissors to cut this end off. I actually ended up cutting the paper a little bit. Whoops. Okay. So now I have my pictures laid down, and what I've been doing in my memory planner is I've been using these washi books. I didn't think I was really gonna like these, but I have fallen in love with them. They are so easy to use in memory planning. So one thing I love is taking these washi strips and using them to fill these gaps. You see how there's a gap there because the picture is like just a tad too short. So I love to use these little washi strips. I chose this pink one because I'm trying to tie in some pink. And I'm gonna lay that down just like so. Kind of get it as straight as possible. Then I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife and I'm gonna cut it here and here. Okay. That's really cute. It ties in that pink from up there. I feel like they just add like the perfect, just little bit that you need. So now I'm gonna take this same pink one. And I want you to notice that like this says here, fits classic planners, but I'm using it in a big. You just have to keep in mind that it's going to be a little short and it's not gonna fit all the way across. Now I am actually gonna flip over here to, it still says fit classic planners, but I'm gonna take the longer one. This one's a little bit longer than the first one. And so I think it will go across all three of these, or I hope it will. Yeah, it should. So, I still want the green to show through, or to show. So here, sometimes with the washi strips, you do have to like push them down a little bit more to make them stick. But I don't know if you can tell, the washi's over the pictures, like just the slightest bit. And I don't really like that. So I'm gonna be picky and I'm going to use my X-Acto knife oops, I didn't mean to cut there. I meant to cut here and here. Let's hope that peels up the right way. Whoops, that's what I was afraid of. There we go. Okay, so now I just need to pick this up and lay it back down. So it did mess it up just a smidge right there, but that was because I wasn't thinking when I cut it. Oops. This may not be worth it for some people just because it's such a tiny strip, but I personally like it better when the picture doesn't have washi tape on top of it. So I could have laid my washi down first and I wouldn't have had that problem, but I didn't. So that's kind of how I work around it. Okay, so I like that I have that pink on both pages now. And so now I really like this strip because it's got kind of the pink and the blue in it, but I I think that it's too short. So I'm going to see if they have any longer strips of that. Okay, I think I'm going to use this one to tie in these blue boxes. And this time I think I am going to cover up the green. It's mostly covered up anyway, but again, filling that gap between the picture and the bar just makes me like it a whole bunch. And then cutting it here. Okay, again, I love tying in that blue, and I'm gonna take this last strip and put it here. Now you can see it doesn't reach all the way, so I have this other tiny little strip that I can add to make it work. Okay, I really like how that looks, just tying in those colors from the boxes. So now I'm just kind of flip through really fast just to see if there's any kind of final stickers. I know that it's not a ton, but I don't really feel like I need a ton of washi. I do like this green, but I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm not sure if it looks right because it's not this. It's the same shade of green as the boxes on the top, but it's not the same shade of green like on this spread. It could still be cute to pop it in a few places though. I also kind of love it because my memory planner is really the only place that I really use washi like this. I don't really use washi in my other planners. And it's not really any particular reason as much as it's just, I just don't do it. So I do like just getting to play with the washi. Now I really feel like I need to cover this up. You see how it's, but I'm also afraid like I have this strip here and then I have this strip here. So is that too much? Let's see. We're gonna put it here, just like that. We're gonna cut it. And then once I cut it, I don't know if you could tell, but I use the tip of it to kind of start peeling it up so that I can then grab it. And then I'm going to cut it here and here. And then use the tip to start peeling it up. Okay. So now I'm going to start writing in it, which I will speed up that part because I know it takes a while. And that way y'all just can watch the sped up version. Okay, so I hope that this video lets you see that your memory planner doesn't have to be super extravagant. I literally just dated it, stuck some pictures, put some washi down, used my mild liner highlighters just to make some pops of color, and used my Papermate Flair to write. It's not anything super fancy this week, but it's done, and sometimes that's really all you have time for, is just to get it done and on the paper. So now I'm going to pop it onto my discs, and then I am finished with this 6-month memory planner. So be sure to check out, keep your eyes peeled for a 6-month flip through of this planner. If you like this video, I hope you will hit the like button. If you want to see more of my videos, hit the subscribe button, and happy planning.